Yo, 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 yo. It's back up in here. I know y'all heard it. I just heard it too. Drake, Adin Ross, AkademiksTV RICO lawsuit for botting explained by gambling attorney. Shout out to Chig Smooth. Chig Smooth got the whole interview going on. We in for something special right now. Y'all know I don't like holding y'all without further ado. Let's get it.
Get ready. You know what to do, Chig.
So listen, Chig Smooth.
Hey, Chig Smooth. Appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Chig Smooth. Today we got some breaking news.
I ain't see a smile on my face like this all year. Look.
A guy, Daniel Wallach, he actually broke this news this morning.
Okay.
Starting off fresh, January 1st, 2026. By the way, Happy New Year's, everybody.
Right.
Drake just got hit with a RICO lawsuit.
Dang.
That's right, you guys.
Yeah.
I've got Daniel here. Dan actually broke the news this morning.
Come on,
you guys
Dan.
are wondering, he's an attorney, and I believe that you're based out in Florida, right?
Yeah, I'm. Thanks for having me on, Chigs. I'm based in, I guess, very close to Miami. I'm in Hallandale Beach, which is halfway between Miami Beach and Fort Lauderdale. So depending on the audience, I either say Miami or Fort Lauderdale because no one's ever heard of Hallandale. And I could have
shout out to Florida.
Broken this story last night had I wanted because I saw it come across the wire at about 10:30, 11, and I guess question why I'm even looking at this stuff 1 hour before midnight. But I knew if I broke it around the stroke of midnight, nobody would be paying attention to it. So I kept it under my hat and broke it early this morning, and thankfully nobody really scooped me.
Dope. Okay, cool. Now let's just give everybody what your background is.
Well, I don't come into this from the world of hip hop or from music.
Nah,
my interest in this.
Wait, that's not what we're here for. All due respect, we about to just get through the basics, and we're gonna go straight to the point.
Expressly allowed by any governmental jurisdiction, and it's flat out plain illegal, but they pretend that they're operating a sweepstakes promotion when in reality it tries to mask the fact that it really is an illegal online casino. And that's sort of where I come at it from that vantage point.
Awesome. Yeah. So over the last couple years, there's a couple of these online gambling companies that's been popping up. I don't know if you know RainBet. They're like another company that's also, kind of almost on the same level as Stake. And they've been reaching out to influencers and streamers, which is how they get promoted.
It's dangerous for the influencers and the promoters because RainBet and companies like Stake, they're not regulated and allowed in the United States. They're, arguably, I'll say inarguably illegal. I can't speak to RainBet, but I can speak with respect to stake.us. They don't operate.
So this is probably why they use influencers and people like Drake and them to promote their stuff, because he says that it's illegal for them.
Lawfully under state law, and these influencers and promoters that get paid in order to hype and sort of lure patrons to the site, they're promoting illegal gambling and could be held liable in civil court for aiding and abetting illegal gambling and for illegally promoting illegal gambling, and they could face potentially, it hasn't happened yet, but they face potential criminal exposure as well if state governmental authorities or federal prosecutors get involved. And it makes me wonder, why would someone who's worth 9 figures, with that kind of outsized net worth, be gambling on something like promoting illegal gambling, where they could face significant repercussions, either criminally or by having to pay out damages in class actions. But people like Ryan Seacrest are just promoting the site, whereas allegedly Stake is doing something far more pernicious than just promoting the site. Yeah.
Now, is there a case where maybe these influencers or, celebs, they might not know some of the inner workings of these companies, right? They just get contacted by their manager. They said, hey, we got Stake. Stake wants to pay you 20 M's a year. Are you down for it? All you gotta do is just post on your social media. Just post anytime that you make a bet. That's it. So is there any...
Bro, Stake is everywhere. I was watching a skateboarding competition. It was out in California, I believe, somewhere. I'm looking at the competition, but I'm looking on the ledges and the handrails and all of that. I see stake stickers all over the place. I'm like, well, where they do this at?
Any chance that these guys might not know?
There's every chance that they do not know, because I can assure you that the agent for these influencers are not going out to hire like lawyers to give legal opinions. They basically keep their head in the sand and they pretend not to know. But I think by virtue of having been sued so many times, there are over 150 class action lawsuits that have been filed against sweepstakes casinos, just like Stake, since the beginning of last year. Stake is a defendant in roughly close to 20 separate litigations. So if Drake didn't know then, he certainly should be on inquiry notice now. That maybe something isn't quite, on the up and up.
Like I said, these rappers, these artists, they got the same internet that we got. Y'all remember that we covered it when they was getting sued and all of that by promoting it to the children. Bruh, ain't no way allegedly Drake and them ain't know about that. Almost all the content creators was covering it. And speaking on promoting betting and stuff and gambling to the children, watch this, y'all. Now we gonna get back to the video, but I just had to share this. So one day last month and a half or something like that, they had a little breakfast day with my daughter at her school, right? They're doing muffins or something like that. Went to go have breakfast with her, right? And guess what they gave to the children? So, one may say, nobody had no questions. One may say, oh, they just teaching the children numbers and stuff like that. I said, nah. This is bigger than what them just teaching these kids numbers. Not the way this is lined up. So they gave them a bag, right? Check out this goodie bag that they gave to the little 5-year-olds and 6-year-old kids. Check this out. They gave the kids dominoes. Y'all see it? Dominoes. They gave the kids dominoes. Oh, trust me, it gets better. It gets better. They gave the kids playing cards. So when I told people this, I was like, they said, nah, they just teaching them numbers. They just teaching them numbers. I said, with diamonds? With diamonds, you got clubs. This is a regular deck of cards right here. Why y'all giving these kids this? Check this out. Clubs. These are real cards. This ain't just this ain't no regular playing cards right here. I mean, regular kid playing cards. Check this out. You got the bingo sheet. The bingo sheet downstairs. I couldn't find it, but you could tell it's the bingo. I had the bingo sheet because these the chips right here. You had the bingo. I said, what is this? I said, I gotta do some deep diving. Let me find out who behind this, because I might got me a little lost. You know what I'm saying? And look, check it out, y'all. Check it out. You know what I said to myself? I said, let me find out a stake behind this. I'm telling y'all, we gotta get involved with these children. They aiming it at the kids, y'all. They aiming it at the children. And if you witness this at your child's school, we need to get together. We gotta do some deep diving on this. We gotta see if Stake is behind this. Ain't no way you giving 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds some dominoes, bingo cards, and playing cards, and some dice. I'm telling you, that's poker right there. But yeah, let's get back to the video. I've been wanting to share that, but I just needed a little leeway to share it. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about that.
With stake.us, but I mean, they're allegedly, according to the complaint, he's being paid over $100 million a year, and presumably gambles his own money on the site. But these lawsuits allege that the money is provided to him by Stake. So if these allegations are true, Drake isn't gambling with his own money. He's being funded by Stake and luring people to gambling on these illegal, unregulated websites. And Stake is one of the largest, probably this after Chumba Casino, might be the largest, sweepstakes casino website operating in all of North America. I mean, they generate billions of dollars in revenue every single year, and they attract, they attract people through social media and Google, and they use all sorts of tricks to advertise themselves to the mainstream. They don't operate in accordance with any guidelines or any rules, and certainly don't follow state or federal legal guidelines. So I can't assure you, but I would suspect that most of these influencers have no idea what they're getting into. I mean, it wasn't more than a year or so ago that Shaq and a number of other celebrities were sued over their affiliation with the crypto site FTX.
Yeah.
And then when the whole thing went belly up and imploded, they were left holding the bag, because without any assets at FTX, the investors and people who lost account holdings, they looked to the celebrities, to make good on their losses, and that's potentially the danger here. While Sweep.us is an American subsidiary, its parent company and where all the assets are located are entirely offshore. So some of the influencers and celebrities are easy targets for class action plaintiffs and even for state attorney generals, because you got to follow the money. And if the money's located entirely offshore, the celebrities may be the ones who end up footing the bill on some of these lawsuits.
Sheesh. Okay, all right. Well, let's.
And don't think that these big companies ain't got their business in order, whereas though that the celebrities, I'm telling you, they playing games on them, y'all. But I can't say that. I ain't gonna say that. But I was gonna say Drake should be allegedly well aware of what's going on. He just need that bag so bad, he's willing to do anything, allegedly. Because what Dot did to him the other year, he ain't making no bag. He ain't really making no bag. And remember, at his concerts, it was people all in the audience. I need this. I need a wedding ring for my wife. My grandmother needs some socks. Yeah, my father need a new outfit. Yeah, so he was just giving it, but it was like a giveaway thing, promoting that stake thing, that gambling stake thing, allegedly.
Let's dive right into this lawsuit.
This
in a nutshell, right?
This is what we want.
This lawsuit alleges that Drake, Adin Ross, they're using stake tipping services to basically boost his Spotify numbers. So there's two plaintiffs here, right?
Hold on, using stake tipping service. So it's a tipping service on stake.
Lashana Ridley and Tiffany Hines.
Yeah, but they're not the only. They're not going to be the only members of this lawsuit. They're filing the lawsuit on behalf of a class, and the class, they're looking to represent not only themselves, but everyone else who's in the same boat. They're representing themselves individually and on behalf of all others similarly situated, which is legal jargon for saying anyone else who's gambled money on stake.us anywhere in the United States is a potential class member. And this is designed, even though the lawsuit asks for $5 million, the reality is, if this is a nationwide class action lawsuit that encompasses all 50 states, and it looks back, if they're seeking to recover as much money as possible that every class member put up over the last 4 years, which is a statute of limitations on a 50-state basis, we're looking at a potential damage recovery here, especially with RICO. The use of the federal racketeering statute triples the damages. So this is, if this were to go the whole way and survive motions to dismiss, motions for summary judgment, and it's left standing at the end of the day and goes to trial, this is a 9-figure damage case. When one class action lawsuit is filed in one particular federal court, it usually spawns others. And right now, Drake has been subjected to 3 lawsuits that are all in federal court, but this is the first one that alleges a racketeering conspiracy. So the theories are starting to get more creative, and the risk to him monetarily is that RICO claims, if they succeed, increase the number of damages threefold. So it becomes that's a statute that's ordinarily used for the mafia and organized crime, but it's increasingly used in the context of far-reaching conspiracies as well.
Yeah, I do want to quickly ask about that. Is there a reason why this was, classified as a RICO? Is that just for the headlines, or is this like, when people think about RICO, people think about like you said, the mafia, the mob, gang members, but not for an artist and a couple other people.
Yeah, well, RICO was I guess, initially used to target organized crime, but
They gather a bunch of people. They're about to get them. Adin, all of them.
over the ensuing years and decades, it's had broader application. But the challenge to RICO is that very few of these RICO civil cases in a non-criminal context are successful. The plaintiffs' attorneys have made it really hard on themselves by
this one gonna be successful. Don't think that they wasn't gathering up their evidence and information on these guys. Yeah, they had to be gathering. Listen, that's the time. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. Shout out to Chigs for getting this guy on and doing an interview and explaining to the people what's going on. With y'all, stay tuned, don't go nowhere. We gonna be getting the TikToks, we gonna be getting the X's, we gonna be, look, we about to get all of it. We gonna know what's going on. Hey, y'all parents out there, let me know. Was they school giving y'all children all the stuff that y'all seen that I just showed y'all? We gotta link up. We gotta link up. Cause they can't be promoting this stuff to the children like this. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Big Kish signing out. Go on, y'all.